Hello, my name is Dr. Myles, and I am the head of research at Point Avenue, and I also have a PhD in education, and so I'm really excited about our topic today. This is part of our educational series for parents, and so we're going to be discussing 3 essential ways to help motivate your child. So a little bit about myself. Like I said, I have a PhD in education, and I specialized in understanding children within communities and also educational psychology. So I have years of experience in education. I've been a teacher. I've also worked in outdoor education. So I'm really excited and motivated to give you and present you with this topic. And so we're going to be discussing what is motivation, why it's important, and those 3 essential skills to help motivate your child. So what is motivation exactly? So motivation involves a few key areas. So it's biological. It has to do with your body. So if you don't get enough food throughout the day or you're not drinking enough water, you might feel kind of like down or not motivated. It's social. Do you have a friend group? Do you have people that you interact with? It's emotional. So throughout the day, what emotions are you feeling? Are you reflecting and understanding those emotions? And it's also cognitive. It has to do with your brain as well. And so motivation has a lot to do with behavior. And so with your child, we're trying to activate all of these different areas to help motivate them, right? And so are 3 areas that your child needs for their basic needs to go throughout the day. And what those 3 areas, which I'll discuss, are 1, competence, 2, relatedness, and 3, autonomy. First, competence. Do you feel like you can complete a task, or do you think the task is too hard for you to complete? So children really need to focus on doing tasks that are just above what they feel that they can do, because this is going to force them and motivate them to really think deeply and master a certain topic. So you can have your child learn different hobbies, different skills, but also dive deep within a certain topic. Don't just do things at the surface level. So competence is deep learning of a hobby. So, if your child has a camera, what could they do with that camera in terms of photography? Or maybe they want to do food reviews at a restaurant, take pictures of food. So competence actually helps to motivate your child because they're deeply learning about a certain topic, and that increases their passion for that topic. So this is one quote I really enjoy that highlights the idea of competence. And Usain Bolt said that he trained for 4 years to run 9 seconds. He's the fastest person in the world. And oftentimes people give up when they don't see immediate results. And so you have to keep training in order to have mastery of that material. The second topic that relates to motivation is relatedness. So children, as well as adults, they need to feel a sense of belonging. They need to feel as though they belong. They have friends, whether it's in school, whether it's at home. And so this really helps with motivation because they form deep and meaningful relationships that should last a lifetime. So relatedness is a very important part of motivation. The third part is what's called autonomy. Sometimes people think that if you let your child just do whatever they want, they're going to do whatever they want. That's not really helping them feel motivated, because kids actually need structure within what they're doing, but they also need some freedom. So they need some choice too. So what autonomy is you're giving more control to your child to make different choices throughout their day. So, if they want to do a different hobby, don't force them to do something just because you want them to do it. Maybe you could ask them what they want to do or different things that they might be interested in. So in summary, for all of these parts of motivation, you need all 3. And all of these together, if you're feeling a sense of fulfillment in all of these, it helps with what's called intrinsic motivation. So if you're motivated from within, sometimes people try to motivate you by giving you things or gifts or money, but that kind of motivation is very short. You need motivation that comes from within because you're really doing what your child is passionate about. What can you do as a parent? Autonomy. A lot of parents will give what's called the motivational talk. They'll just talk to their kid and be like, you have to be better, you have to do better at this. That's actually very demotivating. That's not gonna help the child. So you should be asking them questions of how they can help. The kid is trying, they're genuinely trying in some areas, but maybe sometimes a parent is forcing them to do something, but their skill set is in a totally different area. Maybe your child is more interested in the arts. Maybe they're more interested in music or science. So you should really try to uncover and figure out what they want to do, not what you want them to do. So for true competence, you have to ask why or how you arrived at a solution. So if someone comes up with a problem, you should ask, oh, how did you solve that problem? Walk me through the steps of how you solve that. And this actually motivates the child because they enjoy, if they genuinely understand the material, they will enjoy sharing that information of how they solve the problem. Relatedness. This is a big one because sometimes parents feel disconnected from their child, or they don't understand what they're interested in. Maybe they don't know what their hobbies are. So this is one thing, is take an interest in your child's hobbies. Even if you're for example, if your child enjoys riding a bike, maybe there's a day or a weekend where you can go on a bike ride with them, right? And so this is gonna really help with their relatedness because they see that you are taking an interest in some of the things that they are interested in. And so this really helps with promoting care and warmth for your child. Collaboration, right? And so there's actually a lot of educational benefits to just having fun. So you don't have to always have a specific outcome, but having fun and being creative actually helps with creating new ideas and helps motivate. Maybe there's a games night that you could have with your family. Maybe there's something that you could do that's fun with other families as well. And so collaboration really helps connect people together and just having a fun or enjoyable time, okay? Perseverance. Do not let your child give up too easily on something. So I've seen a lot of kids give up too easily when they're trying to get stronger or get more fit. Sometimes motivation, you have to push them also a little bit in this world that's very instant, right? So the final thing that you can do as a parent is focus on, like I said, the social context. So you should seek out educational programs that really value social context. So, in education, an old way of learning is just learning in a room alone, right? However, the newer way of education is more of collaboration, working with other people, discussing things. This is really important. So you really want to focus on schools and centers like Point Avenue that really value social context. Because we here at Point Avenue, we really focus on teaching methods that help to support student motivations. And we really focus on what's called student-centric environment. And so we really want to understand what are the students' passions, asking them questions, forming discussions, having them do presentations in front of the class, because we really value motivation and we understand that it's important for the future of their education. And finally, to wrap up, I have a few book recommendations if you're interested. The first book is called Not Yet, and this is all about growth mindset. Maybe you think you're not a math person, but it's better to say you're not a math person yet. You still have a ways to learn. Growth Mindset Playbook, this kind of helps teachers and students understand growth mindset and what it means to grow, not only within motivation, but within your own personal goals. The Whole Brain Child. You should understand your child, like I said before, from all these multiple views. So autonomy, competence, relatedness, more of a holistic view of what their education is, not just one thing, not just focusing on grades, but more of their passions as well. And then finally, this is a book we use in our life coaching course. It's called The 7 Habits of Happy Kids. in order to build motivation and structure, you need to also build your own personal habits for your child. And so the 7 habits helps provide different ways and stories about building those habits. I'd just like to thank you for joining us for our first educational series talk. This has been a really good topic. If you have questions about motivation or just ideas, things that you have done that have worked really well for your child, you should definitely share that as well. And so thanks again, and I hope to see you for our next talk as well. Thank you.